Hello, curious ones, and welcome to Route 37, the podcast of many topics. My name is Sonia.
And I'm Jen. Allow us to take you on a winding ride of conversation, not only of our lives, but the lives of others.
On today's journey, we are excited to speak out today with a very special guest by the name of Zach. Hi, Zach. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, guys. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I appreciate it. Appreciate being here.
Today, basically, is just going to be loosey-goosey, simple conversation, anything that pretty similar to what we were already talking about or getting into the groove of. Can you introduce yourself as if someone else were to introduce you?
Yeah. I am 20 years old. I live on the west side of Grand Rapids, Michigan. I go to Grand Valley State University. I'm a double major. I'm in exercise science and philosophy with a minor in business. I'm in my field work for my exercise science. I work at a gym, coach men's strength and conditioning. They're great, super smart individuals. Also have an internship in the works with the Office of Research, Compliance, and Integrity, working with the Institutional Review Board for Grand Valley. So that's really, really exciting. I think that's just a pretty general kind of where I'm at right now.
What sparked your interest in joining us here today?
I love Jen, love coming in here, love the shop. And we were talking on Monday night. Mm-hmm. And yeah, she just invited me out. It sounded really fun. I like what you guys got going on here. So.
Yeah, I wish I would have had him on the microphone while we were just planting, because we did touch on
oh my gosh, we hit
Monday.
So many things.
Yeah.
Like at one point, like we weren't even touching the plants at all. We were just sitting there
chit-chatting. Yeah.
Which was really fun.
That happens a lot here.
Yeah.
That lady last week, the cancer lady, the cancer survivor. Mm-hmm. What was her name? Michelle. Remember when she came in? Oh my gosh, we were chit-chatting.
Really?
Just you'd be surprised the type of cool people that just come in here and like we all just.
Yeah,
those are my favorite kinds.
Mm-hmm.
That's what keeps me going, because they're not all that way. Trust me.
Oh no, I bet.
Yeah, like
I know
the lady wanting her money back for plants she killed. Like, would you ever go to a big box store and tell Fred Meyer, "Hey, I killed these. I want my money back"?
Well, that's why we also have a podcast too. It kind of sparked our interest outside of just plants. It's just like speaking more of like my mom owned a flower shop left and right for how many years?
Too long.
Yeah.
Decades.
Yeah. You got something to say. Yeah.
I'm old dirt.
The people got to hear it. Man.
Yeah. I got some experience in
right.
two areas.
But it's just the people that we have seen like throughout time where we're like, wow, it'd be cool to have like a decent conversation, which is why not only are we a plant shop, but.
And I think we touched upon a little bit that which I love about you and being your age, is that sense of community and conversation isn't like always there anymore.
Yeah.
And that's the part.
It's hard to have that like a genuine conversation.
Yeah. And everybody's so guarded about.
Yeah, a lot of it's really surface level.
Yeah.
Well, let alone like age difference wise too.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta think that there are a lot of people who are of different ages that have different views on.
But I think if people are going off energy, which I totally know you are, I think that's ageless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you can relate to people no matter how old they are if you're reading somebody's, aura and their energy.
And I think that kind of comes with the interest of people who like plants too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
people
who actually care for plants, you would say that they are more conscious about energies and.
I would love to say that, but I'm not there yet, because a lot of it is design aspect, or my girlfriend bought this plant. I'd love to see it in her house. It's your age group that I see the energy of. You understand what plants bring to your environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not my age group for sure. When I'm telling them, not all of them. I mean, I have some like fourth generation. Mm-hmm. They get it. Like my favorite customer by far is the 80-year-old lady who's like, you don't got to do all that shit. I still get dirt out of the backyard.
And her plants are beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
exactly. That's my favorite customer.
No,
and then you get the ones that are spend all their time in plant groups, and they're like,
plant groups,
but on Facebook, plant groups with their mini pants,
like mom groups.
They just pounce, and like I'm doing something wrong, and they're calling me every 5 minutes about their plants, and I'm like, I don't get paid enough.
Maybe you should be a plant consultant then.
I would
Like
love
an
that, but I
online
think
plant
people would be
consultant.
like, "Where's your degree?
I
Do
mean,
you have
she-
a master gardener degree?" Because I'd be like, "No, experience." People,
Yeah.
I don't think people take like full blown life experience
Mhm.
as a degree in life. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
You know, what's your source? Where'd you get that from? You know,
Well,
they want.
although like depending on the conversation, that is important.
Yeah, it is.
You know, like if they're spewing about a study, then it's like, okay, where'd you read that?
Yeah, like, that part I get.
That's different. But
But
like general
that's
like
the-
plan advice, like,
Right.
I would
And
trust you.
If we stick with that, the reason I don't do care cards is because everybody's environment is different. You're bringing your plant into your environment. It's totally
we have, like-
different than my store environment. I can only tell you how I care for the plants in my environment,
Yeah.
and then it's, you know, hi there.
Hi.
And then you have to in some way develop how you're going to care for the plants in your environment.
Mhm.
So once a week watering, you know,
Yeah. Dude, it's in the
you've got-
schedule already.
yeah, you've got to pay attention to your light situation and other
Mhm.
things, and you know, not call me in 3 days and say it's dying. I've watered it every day.
The amount of messages that I've seen that she's gotten for
Really?
Unreal, from 6 a.m. to 11.
That's insane.
Mhm.
Like on the Instagram,
everything,
Instagram,
Everything.
Facebook, everything.
text,
And by
yeah,
everything,
email.
I
text.
mean,
Is your number out there?
oh yeah,
Mhm.
Oh, jeez.
yeah, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's, and some of it is energy vampirism. A lot of it
Energy
is
vampirism.
is just
Okay.
wanting constant contact, you know.
It's almost like constant reassurance that they're
yeah,
doing
and that part
everything that they
it's
need
a
to.
little tiresome, but
Like a positive affirmation.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they want to
You are
bring
a good
somebody.
plant parent.
It's
Like-
kind of like a
Well-
it's kind of like a bride if you're doing flowers, you know, and you sit with a bride for like
Oh,
a
okay.
year. They want you to make their vision a reality,
Right,
and so
yeah.
you're just, you know, they know what they want, but they ask questions, but they also do that, I think, in a lot of ways to be able to blame you if you don't bring their vision into fruition. You know what I mean? So it's so there's that. And
Right.
brides are the worst. I'm just gonna say.
And
I'll
she
do
just
a
told me
funeral all
recently
day
that she
long.
didn't
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
do brides anymore.
I still will, but you know, some of
Okay.
them are.
She goes
over
back
the
and
top.
forth.
Okay.
Yeah, over the top.
Well, that's fair. It's a special day.
Is there anything that we can help you with?
No, I'm just.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty, just let us know.
Dude, it's pretty sweet, isn't it?
It is really sweet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's see. What
So you cue me and let me know when I can
oh, you can.
ask. Okay, is it on?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
philosophers explore questions about the meaning of justice, the nature of knowledge, and the purpose of human existence. What will you do with your degree? How will you use your conceptual analysis, reliance on common sense and intuition? How will you incorporate that in your real life?
That's big question.
I told her lots of words. I said that might be lots of words.
like that's like physically a big question.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Makes you think, though. So I'm here to make you think. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
there's
of
no
course.
wrong answer in
Yeah,
your
yeah.
own. You know.
That's I get that from a lot of people. Like that question of like, what are you gonna do with that? You
Mhm.
know.
Because philosophy fascinates me.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
Oh, me too.
what-
I mean,
yeah,
it kind of
philosophy
revolves around our whole life.
Yeah.
It is
exactly.
It
And it
is
bleeds
everything.
into so many other areas.
Yeah.
So
It's I mean, to my understanding, it's like it was the foundation of our learning. Like that's kind of where we started, and then we branched from there.
Mhm.
Which bred
if
knowledge
if you look
and
at it like
experience.
historically,
yeah,
yeah. But I mean, as of right now, I really don't have a clear kind of career path with
I was
that.
hoping you would say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, right now, the number one on the list is pursuing a PhD overseas, and then becoming a professor and doing my like independent research.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's
So where would you go overseas?
that's the question. That the answer is going to come with conversations with people smarter than myself. So I'm not really sure.
Is there a place that you want to see? Like,
Is it more of like the historical aspect of where some of our philosophers came from, or
Well, it's that, and it's also that kind of more of our Western world here.
Mhm.
The emphasis on philosophy is far smaller. Yeah, so there's just a lot more support over there, and also the oldest universities in the world are in Europe.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and it's beautiful, and traveling and meeting new people and
Mhm.
developing new connections, and like I think that'll really develop me as a person as well. Give me
Yeah,
some
do it
more
while you're
perspective.
young.
Yeah.
Instead of being my age and being like, oh, I wish I would have went to Greece.
Yeah,
I wish I
right.
would have, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I got to seize the moment there.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
but ultimately, provide something to benefit society in some way, shape, or form. I wanted to
Like
provide.
mentally,
Sure, yeah. I honestly I can't say like
teach.
exactly what it is, yeah. But if I find that fulfillment through like teaching the youth and like I guess persuading young philosophers to like take action, like there's more to think about. I
Mhm.
know it's like kind of funny because it's like just philosophy is literally just like people sitting there thinking,
Mhm.
But,
Yeah.
like there's more,
Yeah.
like
I like that you want to take it to an action-based.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do just more. I feel like we're just rough around the edges,
You wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, and it's kind of like I kind of look at it more from like a public health standpoint, like really overarching, like very broad, like a public health, like something to help us kind of benefit everybody.
You and Isabel would get along great because like that's her
Well,
idea.
that's great.
But like,
Isn't she specializing in fungi? I think I told you.
Yeah,
The
yeah, you
fungi-
mentioned
yeah,
that. Yeah,
I don't even know,
That's her specialty with Pete.
natural medicine.
yeah, like a holistic approach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Well,
That's
whatever
awesome. I
she's
love
studying,
that.
using our elements that we already have, basically.
Which, oddly enough, whatever she's studying is against the law
Here.
to practice here.
Yeah, she's going to Oregon, right?
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
That's pretty far.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
you guys are young. You just never know where your path, I think, is going to take you. But you have like a baseline of where and what you want to learn. You just never know where you're going to be headed next. So when you say the health aspects of, what would you say is more important to you, like the physical side or the mental side? It's a tough question.
That's tough.
right?
Yeah.
Or could you find a balance on both? Because I don't think you can have one without the other.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
Yeah,
going to say.
okay.
It's like kind of like two sides of the same coin, and it's hard to work on one without simultaneously.
Because a lot of people, be working out,
Right,
but they have, no common sense or no mental framework
like
behind it.
meatheads, like
Yeah.
just like dudes
From
that just go out
my
and work out.
generation, yeah.
I associate exercise with it's also a mental exercise. But if you think of your brain like as a muscle, like you still have to work it out. So like you can go hit the gym, but like you also have to read. Like so like that also plays into the
So
mental.
would you touch upon nutrition? Especially the way because food is poison.
Yeah,
here. I mean,
it's
American
disgusting.
food.
I mean, I feel like we're seeing a bunch of like articles and whatnot coming out about what exactly that they're
Yeah.
putting out in our foods.
I think I saw something like an E. coli breakout in Europe with like
seen it.
McDonald's or something.
Yeah, wasn't it here too though?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
it was this like big thing, and
Quarter
I just
pounder, and then the CDC traced it back to.
I saw it, and I was just like, yeah, it checks out.
Seems legit, yeah.
That tracks, like, yep.
But how scary is that, though?
It is.
They have full control of our food system, and they definitely,
it's gross.
Don't want you having your own seeds or growing your own food or being.
Yeah.
And this is a little off topic, but when I first seen that Hurricane Helene hit the western part of North Carolina, which I love, North Carolina. But that's where a lot of the preppers live and have land.
Oh, really?
Where I don't think it was on accident that they hit that. I think it was to prove, hey, look, you can prep all you want, but we still have and can, wipe you out. This
is starting a broader topic.
It is, but I think it's fascinating because they do not want you.
So are you suggesting that the hurricane was not natural?
I know it wasn't natural. Okay. Yeah. What at your age? What do you think?
Kind of back to what I was saying earlier. I think before we started recording, I don't really know much about hurricanes.
I don't either.
I don't know.
But if you were to use your discernment and your intuition, what does your gut say to you?
I think my gut says that we have done a lot more physical work harming the earth. Like
So
It
do
could have
you
been a
think
series of
karmic?
events that could.
I think it's like an amalgamation of the years and years and years of abuse to our ecosystem that may have had this occur. I'm not sure about like harnessing hurricanes. I don't really know anything about
Have
that.
you researched HARP at all?
No, I have not. So I'm not.
He's got bigger brain things to.
Well,
think
I'm
about.
just.
When
I'm
you're
really
young,
not
I'm
familiar with
fascinated
that,
by.
yeah.
I mean, both your age
Well,
groups
even
of,
you know what though, but even little stuff. This is same book, different page. Wind. Do you guys know how wind works? Seriously, do you know why wind blows?
I don't, but I do know.
Isn't that crazy? How,
Yeah.
you go your whole life,
But-
you don't know these things. Like
right?
I was sitting
But
there.
I just recently found out that the wind can deplete you of your eons in your body, your energy, like firing on all cylinders. That
Really?
it'll make you tired.
Really?
Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
how it affects your hair, and
Well,
how it
does-
affects
does-
your energy.
Well, it does whisk away your heat off of your skin. Like,
Yeah.
radiating
So
off
I
of
was
so that might
really
contribute.
fascinated by
Yeah.
wow, that it can lower your vibration. Which I was like, wow, that
I
and I'm not-
personify the wind. I think that's fun. No, seriously, because like sometimes like when the wind whips by you, you're like, dang, dude, like who pissed you off?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like but when it's like a nice cool breeze, you're like, oh hey, what's up? Like we're
Yeah,
hanging
when
out.
it's 910 degrees out, like
Yeah.
wow, that felt good.
But dude, the wind moves. It's pressure gradients. I didn't know that. It's
Like the ripple effect.
I have street smart, so I
No.
don't know
So-
anything about wind.
Okay, so clouds. Let's start like clouds, right? The sun shines down and it heats the earth. But with the clouds, there's shade. So where the clouds cover with the shade, the pressure of the air is more dense because it's colder. So now you have an unequal pressure gradient. So when the air is hotter, it'll rise, but then it'll cool. So it's same with water. When you pour water, it goes, whoosh, and that's why that's what causes wind to blow.
Mm.
I
And
didn't
you
even,
can literally feel that, like in the physical, if you're ever hiking in
Right.
Arizona or
Right,
in the
right,
mountains,
right, like
because the clouds
I
up there.
yeah, I
are,
didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that would make sense pressure wise too. Yeah.
It's literally like it's like math.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like reading about it. I'm sitting there like on my porch, like reading about it because the wind was ripping, and I was like, man, like
Mhm.
and it's
Mhm.
like, dude, I like keeps blowing it out. I'm like, what is up with this wind? And I just got curious. I was like, what causes wind? to blow?
So when you research something like that on your phone,
I just
do you
googled it.
trust? Oh yeah,
Dr.
Google.
Google.
Do
I
you-
call it Dr. Google.
Do you trust Google 100%?
I think if I can make it make sense in my head, then
Okay, but wait, there are also websites though that that you learn in basic public school that hey, .com is more universal.
Oh,
.org
yeah,
educational.
that's like research methods.
Yeah.
Knowing what's credible and not.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there is more of
There's
I
some
don't
merit to
trust
that.
anything.
Yeah.
So
But at the same time, like .gov.
look, they just
Like what?
yeah, .gov
Like-
just
like-
made me have to redo my debit card.
Oh,
Our IRS.
it's like a personal
I'm
dig
bank
at the
fraud.
Michigan.
.gov can kiss my ass.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, the IRS.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Are they on?
All
now?
because I wanted a PDF, and I gave them money for a PDF, and then they start the next day.
PDF.
A
of,
PDF
like,
because I needed
statement?
a W-4 some
Okay.
form that I needed sent to me for the city of Walker, and the next day I'm getting calls from Lake Michigan Credit Union. I authorized this $5,000 debit, and I'm like, no. So that every 5 minutes they were trying to pull 500. They didn't start
Oh
at 50
my
cents.
gosh.
They went like for the gusto.
That's
And
crazy.
so when you say no, they automatically shut your debit card down.
Oh.
I personally think
Maybe
part of
mad.
that revolves around the people that she has follow her on her web pages. There are some people that are like,
Hacking.
Very questionable people
I've had,
who.
We
I used to
can-
laugh because I would tell people, nobody will ever steal my identity. My name's Jennifer Lopez. Well, that is wrong. I've had people
Wow.
steal my identity, collect
Yeah,
unemployment
also her
off my
name,
name.
yeah.
No way! Like
So-
during COVID?
Yeah, well, no, it was way before COVID, but I
Oh,
couldn't
okay.
collect unemployment during COVID
Really?
because of that. Because I didn't jump through all the hoops. Because now the burden of proof is on you. After somebody steals your ID, you have to write a letter to the
gotta deal with
FBI.
it.
You have to write a letter to your
That's so
local
frustrating.
sheriff department. And I'm like, that I ain't doing all that bullshit.
Right.
So I'll just not collect unemployment ever again. And then COVID happened, and I
And
couldn't
then,
get it because
yeah,
of that.
You were like
And
out
so
10
when-
grand.
Yeah. So when
Big Moneyback Joe was really handing it out.
yeah, they really were right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that like?
Whole nother joke, but
Hey man, I got it. I appreciate it.
Mm,
well, that's awesome for you. But I was married at the time and really didn't need it.
No,
And then he took all my money and everything pretty much that I owned, so that was fun.
Jeez.
I know. I don't recommend it.
She's also not technical with things. So
because I am more of a heart-based energy person.
and there's not a problem with that. She'll send me screenshots and she'll be like, "Hey, should I respond to this person?"
Mm.
Be like, "No."
No, like they're trying to.
I just
scam
want
you.
to
Yeah, like-
to like solidify that my gut is like.
But that's smart. That's
Yeah.
intuition where you're like, this doesn't
Yeah.
look right.
But then their intuition can be messed with and a lot, like the self-doubt that she just had just earlier. You can have things happen in your lifetime where you will question your own discernment. So sometimes I like to get a
Yeah,
second
that's fair.
opinion on, hey, how does this make you feel?
Yeah.
And then if, normally if she's like, no, then I'll be like, but there are times that I've gone against what she said as well. And I've been right, or she's been wrong, and and right sometimes too. But they're overly protective of me too because of my life
Fair
choices. Like I would just dare say, in men, that I
Right.
feel like they will feel like they're protecting me, which it's not their job. And then I feel bad as a mom, like you're just supposed to be kids and not worried.
I know. I like how whenever I'm not here, there's someone that she has a problem with. I'm like, cool. Wish I was here to help deal with that.
But see, I raised them to be very independent and use your voice. It took me a long time
Mhm.
to find my voice,
Mm.
a long time. I mean, I was thinking it. I mean, it's not that I didn't have one. It was just I wouldn't, verbally say things because I was a people pleaser. I am not that person anymore.
Good.
That person, she died a long time ago.
There you go.
Well, I wouldn't say completely. You are kind of a people
No,
pleaser
but
to your children.
So here's the
But
thing.
like,
But like that,
positive side
yeah,
of
that's
Yeah.
like,
people pleasing.
The part that I am struggling with at my age is I still feel like people are like me. I have no agenda. I'm pretty pure-hearted, and
Mhm.
that has been my biggest mistake
Mm.
is thinking people have the same heart as me.
Oh yeah.
And they don't, and they have an
Yeah.
agenda, or there's some manipulation there where I can't wrap my mind around it because I am in no way have I ever, even whether, when I was young and hot, would I ever have in my mind been like, oh, I'm going to get this from a person, or I'm going to use my womanly wiles to get this. And one of them, my mom died when I was 29.
Mhm.
One of the, I think, most important things that she ever said to me, or she had said, when a man and a woman are getting ready to go out, a man wonders and a woman knows. Don't ever abuse your power. And that really stuck with me because women I have not really ever met one that I truly like trust, that because they're mean and
You
or
said
they're
men?
jealous or they
Women.
have
women.
women.
Yeah.
I get along with men more than I do women because I feel like unless they're like a dude that's I can be your friend, and then you can tell they have
Right,
ulterior
yeah.
motives. But women they're jealous. They're they'll purposefully, like, for instance, and this is like a true story too. But I had this friend, and I'm like, do I have anything on my face? I feel like I have something on my face.
Ooh.
Yeah. And she let me go around the whole day with a booger in my nose, knowing full well that I had a booger in my nose.
Bro.
And we were at a party. But that type
That's
of
embarrassing.
it is. But
That's
that type
embarrassing.
immediately I knew that was something she did on purpose because she wasn't as pretty as me.
Oh, jeez.
So that's a thing
Well, she
amongst
picked the
women.
wrong friend to go out with. So.
Yeah, she really did. And, you know, we were friends for a number of years, even though I knew this about her. So I don't do
Jeez.
that anymore. I don't,
Yeah.
especially with women, because women are mean. That's all I got to say. They're mean, mean, mean. Well, not all of them. You're young, but not all of them are mean. But in the friendship circle, even with sisters, because I have two sisters,
hmm
and I'm the fun-loving one.
Thank you for joining us today, and a special thank you to Zach. Thank you for being here. Stay tuned for episode 2.